there was a thing called Cash Vox, which was it was like the charts of Nashville country.
Right.
And they were as important as Billboard. And if you get on there, then you're good. And there was a guy named Tony D'Antonio, who was like a promoter who kind of ran it. So this Billboard charts or the Cash Box starts to fall off, and it stops being he can't make it shake anymore. So they're starting to bring in some young interns. There's an intern named Kevin. Oh, forgive me, I forgot his name. He went to Belmont. So he's here. He's going to Belmont because he's trying to study music and be a music guy. He loves music so much that in his spare time, he just writes out his own music charts, the songs he likes. He's just a super music nerd.
Right.
So he comes to Nashville, and he's at Belmont. He's trying to find like a little side gig. So he's going to intern at Cashbox. You know, because like me or you interning at Billboard or iHeart and trying to
shout out to iHeart.
Yeah, shout out, and you trying to just sneak in the game. So they're like, all right, we like this kid. He's cool. And they say, hey man, we're gonna pay you a whole salary. You drop out of Belmont. This is what Tony, the guy who's running Cashbox, he's like, hey man, you drop out of Belmont and you come and work for us full time.
Master manipulator vibes.
Yes.
Come on over here. Work for me.
And I'm glad you said that because this whole story is based on, and to all you dreamers, you got to be careful and ambitious people because there are predators preying on the ambitious and the dreamers. Cities like New York, LA, Austin, Nashville.
For sure.
Like where the dreamers go, that's where a lot of predators are.
Right.
Even online, when you see people trying to like scam you out of, hey, you want to be verified?
Oh.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like they're preying on ambitious people. It's
True.
like, yeah, I do want to be verified. Maybe this could be real. So you gotta stay sharp out here because there are people out here.
Your hope is a weapon for other people.
Yeah, and they're trying, especially those of you all who are coming to Nashville, coming to LA, coming to New York with money. If somehow you either got into money or your parents had money and somehow you've been funded in some way, you're the super target for predators because they're thinking, oh yeah, you're dumb, you don't know anything, and you got a lot of money.
Especially online.
Online predators. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. So they're trying to sneak you. So anyway, he leaves Belmont to chase the dream, which I can respect.
Right.
Because I mean, hey, honestly, fuck school. It's just chase the dream. I get that. So if I was his friend, I probably would have said, maybe go do that. So anyway, so now he's over here working full time at this chart. But he realizes that when he's doing the charts, he's like, these numbers ain't adding up.
Right.
What's happening is a guy named Chuck Dixon comes into play too. He's a huge promoter in Nashville at the time. Huge country music promoter. Yeah. But he's kind of like it's an undertone of shadiness to him. So him and Tony now are running Cashbox, and what they're doing is, let's say you coming from Virginia, you want to sing country music. They say, hey, you pay me $2,000 and we'll get you on these charts.
Right.
So we'll say, if you pay me, we're gonna play you on the radio and then you're up on the charts.
It's still like that today.
Yeah, payola is what it is, yeah. But how they got super shady with the payola is they're taking the money and they're not even talking to the radio stations.
Right.
And since they have the chart numbers, it's like you have a song and I just write down your song's number one. No one's playing it on the radio. No one knows about it, but it looks like you have a number one single.
Psychologically.
Yeah. Because you're not in Denver on the radio. You're not in New York. So if they say, hey, they're playing in New York, you're like, I guess they are. I don't fucking know. Right. There's no internet.
Totally. No way to like really double check any of that back then. You're just taking, also you're hopeful and ambitious and you believe them and you're like, yes, this is what
and you're thinking it is good. Your friends told you it's good. Your agent told you it was good. This guy's telling you it's good. And you're thinking, wow, we finally did it. And hell, you're probably thinking, 10,000 should do something for me.
Right.
I would think that. Hell, if I'm in music and I give a DJ or if I give somebody 10,000, I would think that should get me somewhere. So it's believable that somebody would get, some kind of number one or one through, somewhere on the charts. So anyway, these dudes are doing this all around the city, and they're specifically aiming at people who just moved to. Got a little breezy.
Yeah, I got cold.
Yeah. So now they're preying on every artist that comes to town because it's getting harder and harder and harder to keep this business afloat because it's based on nothing.
Right.
Eventually, the Kevin guy, the young guy from Belmont, he's like, you know what? I can't do this shit no more for him. This is fake. I don't like it. You're manipulating the charts. So he says, you know what? I'm not doing it. And they say, hey, we're not asking you to do all that. It was something called a country radio seminar they went to. And at this country radio seminar, Chuck Dixon and this Tony guy, they said, hey, look, stop the noble, nice guy shit. We're trying to make money.
Right.
And if you keep playing with us, we're going to deal with you, which was a threat.
Right.
But he was like, whatever. Fuck you. I'm a nice guy. I care about music.
He's like, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Like, y'all didn't really help me, so I'm out.
And he's just thinking, you know what? He's honestly doing this for the music. So we got to really respect him. He's putting his neck out there with some devious, sharky people in order to keep the integrity of country music. So anyway, he's closing up the night after that. He's closing up at the office, and a singer comes by, a guy named Sam. I'll just leave his name out. His name is Sam. I ain't gonna give his last name, but you can look him up. It's public record. He said all this shit. I'm gonna leave his name out because I don't you tell me what you think about this. So that night, Kevin goes to he's at the office. He's closing up, right? This singer who's on the label with all these with Cashbox, he's working with
a little jealous.
Well, he shows up. You can tell. You tell me what you think. I'm gonna see. I don't wanna slight him yet. So he says, hey, you want to go grab some food? He says, Kevin, and Kevin's like, I'll grab some food. He tells his brother he loves him. He's on the phone. He hangs up. So they hop and go grab some food. There's no cell phones. So Sam says, hey man, I'm gonna stop by my record label to use their phone real quick. And he says, okay, cool. They stop by the record label to use the phone, and he says he's talking to his parents. Now, this could be true. He says it's true.
I need to use your phone.
Yeah, so he stops by his record label to use the phone to call his parents at night.
Right.
I would never want to talk to my mom at night.
No.
You know what I mean? First of all, parent calls are just exhausting in general. Now, mind you, if you're out of town in Nashville chasing your dreams and you want to tell your mom you have a good music, I get it. I'm not saying the guy's lying,
but a little in this situation seems a little
he wants to call
sus.
Like, if imagine me and you're riding around at night and I'm like, let's go get something to eat. And you're like, first, let me call my mom. Anyway, maybe, I don't know. So anyway, he says, okay, so they stop to do that. When they leave out of here, after this man calls his mom, they close the record label up, close the door. They're heading to the car. Tony hops out of the bushes with a pistol, chases Kevin down, boom, puts 2 in his head, kills him right there. And then Sam, the guy who was with him, who decided to call his mom, he took one in the shoulder. And the guy
just for sport.
And then the guy limped away. Now, I'm not saying that this guy Sam had anything to do with it. I have no idea. I wasn't there, but it just seems strange.
My intuition is telling me, this is like a Selena situation where like management and
I just don't know how the hell did they know he was at that place.
No, that's
now mind you, there's a chance he could be tailing them. You know what I mean? There's a chance he could have tailed them, and which was I think what the police said they think happened. They think that when they were about to go get something to eat, and when they were leaving, the guy was behind them the whole time, which is possible.
Could have been.
But I'm from North Nashville, bro. I'm from the hood. I just don't. It seems
we don't have time for all that.
If me and a man that I don't really hang with like that, we hang out, and that same night I'm getting robbed, and they know exactly where I'm at, I'm going to him with issues.
You bring up a good point.
So but now mind you, if he didn't do that, that's a hell of an accusation to throw on him. So I don't want to put that heavy on him. And either way, whether you set him up or not, seeing a man die, it's got to be traumatic for you. So I know that he's fucked up in the head.
Unless he was getting some of the.
Sure. So now mind you,
I wonder how his songs were charting after that.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. We should check out his songs. But yes, I don't know about that guy. I don't know because if you're a hungry young musician. And this guy's telling you, I can take you to the charts. You just got to take him to dinner. He might not even, you know what I mean? Right. This is all speculation.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I could see how somebody be like, well, okay, all I got to do is take him to dinner. It seems shady, but I need my songs to work. And then maybe he got in over his head, or maybe it happened just like they said it happened, and it was just coincidental. But either way, my boy Kevin took 2 to the head, and they left him there. And then they didn't find out. You know how they found out? So Tony killed him. Right. He bought this gun from a drug dealer, and he killed him, and then just kept the gun. It was a 38. Well, it wasn't nothing happened. So for 15 years, they never found the killer. They never found the killer.
Jesus. One
day, a drug dealer in Atlanta got locked up, and they said, "You're about to do 40 years unless you tell us some crimes that you know." He said, I know this guy named Tony, who I gave a gun to. He killed a musician in Nashville.
Oh my God.
And they was like, what? They was like, prove it. So they said, come out here. I'll show you where I gave him the gun, what kind of gun. And I bet you it matches the people that killed that guy. And when they matched it up, they said, what the fuck? It is him. So he was in Vegas kicking it. Where he moved to, after he killed Kevin, he moved to Vegas immediately. He been out there for 15 years. He thought he was good.
Oh my God.
And motherfuckers came and got him, arrested him, and then they was looking for Chuck, but Chuck had already died of like a heart attack or some shit. So Chuck Dixon was already dead.
Dang.
And this man, Tony, ended up going to jail, and I believe he died in prison too.
I wonder how the Atlanta man held out with all that.
The detective said that was one of many stories. So
he was good.
He told everything he knew.
He's fine. He's alive and well today. His business is still going well, but
he's
the
living
artist,
his best life. Yeah, he told on 98% of all criminals. But
amazing.
But yeah, it was just so ironic, man. So that was that's wild, man. To think you can come to Nashville and try to chase your dreams like so many people here.
Well,
so many people have moved here from California in the last 5 years. What they call the California Exodus. You know what I mean? Everybody, they went to Austin, they went to New York, and a lot of them came to Nashville. So a lot of these, So and I embrace them. But I just say to all y'all, man, be careful out here, man, because it's so greedy out here, and music is just
everybody be careful out there.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Whether you do music or not, but it's tough. It's tough when you're ambitious and when you're young because you don't know how to make this shit work.
That's true.
You know.